Joining us once again is Cindy Dobroskay, healthy lifestyle expert and owner of Revive Health and Fitness.
Hi,
Cindy,
Beverly.
welcome back.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Thanks for coming back. Today we want to focus on flexibility.
Yes.
And it's really important, especially as we get older, that our bodies are limber. Otherwise, you know, the creaky joints, all of that kind of thing. But we don't have to have those, do we?
No.
And you're going to tell us how not to get that stuff.
Yeah, well, flexibility is really important. Stiff muscles pull on our bones and pull them out of alignment and cause back problems. And we feel better, we can move better when we're flexible. We want our full range of motion just to do the daily tasks of reaching, stretching, all the things we have to do. And as we age, nature makes us less flexible. But when we train for flexibility, we can improve our flexibility or at least maintain it.
Wonderful.
Which is really important.
Now, is that true of anybody at any age? If a person is 60 or 70, can
Yes,
they still
that's
improve?
young. Yes, that's
I love
wonderful.
it. That's
Yes.
young. Perfect.
Yes, of course.
So tell us what you want us to do first.
Let's start with some exercises to stretch the upper back and chest.
All right.
Those are two areas that a lot of people have pain and trouble with. From sitting at a computer or hunching over, get a lot of back pain in between the shoulders, so we're going to stretch that. And then the chest. If you're hunched over all the time, your chest muscles are always kind of shortened.
Right.
So stretching lengthens your muscles and helps your posture and opens up your diaphragm and lungs. And
breathing.
Yes,
Breathing.
that helps.
Perfect.
So I'm going to show two options. I'm going to stand to do them, and I'm going to ask you to sit on the mat. And we're going to do the same stretches in different positions so people have the option of what they're most comfortable with.
Okay. Here we go.
Okay, so for the upper back stretch, what I want to show when somebody's standing is to make sure they have good posture. It's always important to make sure that you kind of suck in your tummy and tuck in your butt, have soft knees. That allows your the pressure along your back to kind of go through the lower back into your legs instead of the pressure sitting in the lower back. Okay, so for the back stretch, we're just going to give ourselves a nice big hug and walk our fingers toward our back until you feel that stretch.
Okay.
Now, if you don't feel that, you can roll forward a tiny bit. Another option for this is simply to stretch your arms forward and feel the stretch between your shoulders. And you should stretch for 30 to 60 seconds, holding it and holding it very still, not bouncing. But this increases the length of your muscles when you hold it. So then you take a break and you can do it 2 to 3 more times. Now the chest is just the opposite. So you would take your hands clasped behind your back and just pull them away. Keep your shoulders down. You don't want to have them hunched up to your ears or you're adding more tension in your back.
So sitting.
And just sitting, then you're just pulling them up away from you. Make sure you have a good straight back.
Okay.
Now by sitting, you're more naturally keeping a supported back. So this is a little easier for people who might have poor posture.
All right. And should I be sitting with my feet like this or cross-legged?
It doesn't matter as long as you have a straight back.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
Another way of doing this, if this is hard for people to actually clasp their hands, is to find a doorway and put their hands on each side of the door frame and step forward, and that will stretch. So this one stretches right across the chest and through the arms. Yeah.
I'm feeling a good stretch there.
There. Okay. Now we're going to do some stretches for our side and full torso. So we'll do a side stretch and a full body stretch. This can be done standing or sitting.
All right.
And I'll show the standing. And as you are sitting, I just want you to lean over to one side, elbow to the ground.
Elbow to the ground.
And I'm just going to stretch here. If this isn't enough of a stretch, we can raise our hand right over top. That gives a real good stretch on that side.
It does.
And we would just hold it for 30 to 60 seconds until we feel the tension release, and then bring it down. And of course, we do the other side.
All right.
And this just really loosens up the side oblique abdominals and, okay, great.
Question for you.
Yes.
I've heard that you shouldn't stretch like a cold stretch. You should always warm up before.
Absolutely,
Is that
before you do anything.
Okay.
So there's warm-up stretching and activity, yeah. And you don't want to stretch a cold muscle. You want to have good blood flow, and you want your fluids in your joints so that you're moving easily. So yes, you would always warm up before you do any kind of a static stretch like this.
Okay then, thanks.
So now the full body stretch, I'm just going to reach up to the sky, and I can feel it through my sides, my abdominals, my back, even through my shoulder blades. Do you feel that?
I certainly
and just
do.
Press up.
Up.
Big breaths. Nice and relaxing. Okay, arms down. Great. Okay, now we're going to do a stretch for the lower back through our glutes and hamstrings, which run along the back upper part of our leg.
All right.
So standing, I would just keep my feet shoulder width apart and just walk my hands down my legs, and you can just bend forward, pressing your back forward as far as you can go. I can feel the stretch right through here and the lower back, and just hold it until that tension releases. Do you feel it?
I do feel it.
So 30 to 60 seconds is always a good time frame for holding a stretch. Then you relax and try again, and each time you should be able to go a little bit farther. And this is really important to relax your hamstring muscles because they pull on your lower back. So it's good for posture to loosen up the muscles around your hips.
Great. Now you're saying that after 30 to 60 seconds, it will release the tension? I'm feeling tension building up there, Cindy.
Are you really?
Only because I haven't done this kind of thing for so long.
Well, just holding the stretch to the point of tension but not pain.
Okay.
Yeah, until it relaxes.
Perfect. So now, Cindy, what can we do for our quads?
The big muscles at the front of the legs.
Yeah.
They do a lot of work, they get tight, and we need to stretch them out. They're also connecting to our hips. So I'm going to show you an exercise you can do on the floor, and then I'll show one standing up.
All right.
So on the floor, you can bend your foot out to the outside. That's pulling here, and you can just lean back into your arm so that you're aligned in a, so just pulling it to feel the stretch and holding it. And I'm going to do it on, but just supporting by the chair again, just soft knee. I'm going to grab the heel or my ankle and just pull it back. This is the muscle we're stretching.
Absolutely. I feel that stretch.
And it pulls right up through our hip flexors.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So these kind of exercises that we're doing with me on the floor, people who are like in bed a lot, could they be doing these? Can you do these in bed?
Yeah,
Okay,
but
like older
certainly
people
anybody
maybe,
with who doesn't feel stable standing,
Right.
or feels they might not have good posture standing, it's much better to do it sitting.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
because it protects your back and
Yes.
gives you added stability.
Perfect.
Yeah. So then the other exercise that's closely related to the quads is our hip flexors. They just connect this area, and they get very tight from the movement we're always doing. They also pull on our hip bones, so it shifts our hips back. Right? So we want our posture kind of to be like this more instead of sway back. So the hip flexors need to be stretched. And standing, I would just do like a back lunge so that my leg is back, and then drop my hips forward, and I feel the pull right here.
Okay.
And then just hold that. But it's very important to stretch hip flexors.
How would I do that being
Well,
seated?
that would be difficult.
Ah,
you'd have
okay.
This one you'd have
Gotta
to
get
do.
up for that one.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll watch you do that.
Okay, that's about that.
We like to have nice shapely calves for,
yes,
our
shapely.
heels.
But yes, also we need the strength there. We do a lot of walking, and so to stretch them out not only just relaxes and lengthens them, but it also helps keep nice shape. And if you're wearing heels a lot, it helps release some of the tension that builds up from that. So we're going to face the wall.
Okay.
Put the one foot right up against it, leaning with support against the wall, and then just step the other leg back.
Okay.
And then lunge forward so your knee can touch the wall, but you want your hips pressing forward so you feel the stretch in the lower back leg, the calf, and your heel is pressing into the floor.
Into the floor.
So as you press your heel down, you'll feel a greater stretch, and underneath the calf as well, where it connects to the heel.
Yeah, I certainly do that.
Yeah.
And this exercise reminds me of one we did the last time you were here, the push-off from the wall.
Yes, it does. But, okay, let's do the other side.
Okay.
So as with everything, we're training flexibility. So we're increasing the flexibility of our muscles so that they can resist injury and not just stay toned, but reduce the tension in the muscle and stay flexible. So at least 3 times a week. You can do these types of things every other day and maintain your flexibility by doing them twice a week.
Excellent.
And again, 30 to 60 seconds at a time, taking a small break and doing them 2 to 3 times in one session.
Excellent. So the 3 to 4 times a week, would you do all of these exercises on the same day, or might you do them on different
absolutely.
days? Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So
You
maybe
should stretch each part of your body that many
perfect.
times. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, Cindy, thanks so much for helping me feel more flexible today.
I
That was a
hope you
good
do.
little workout there.
Thank
Now, if our viewers want to get in touch with you, how can they do that?
Well, they can find me on the website revivehealthandfitness.ca. It's all spelled out, revivehealthandfitness.ca. Or they
Great.
can find me on Facebook, Cindy Dobroskay, or the same Revive Health and Fitness.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.